Melissa, we're so excited to have you here as really power woman. I would love to be your daughter, dancing with you every morning. It was so great to imagine this, and she can't be very proud to have a mother like you. I mean, every story starts with something, right? Maybe you would like to tell me or tell us here, how are you back? How are you today? What brought you here to this really exciting woman and role model for everyone around the world?
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. I'm thrilled to be here. I started, actually originally from Florida. I'm from a very small town. And after college, I went to Washington, D.C., where I really built my career. And I started very humbly. I started it as administrative assistant, and just over time and over, I think a lot of hard work and some very kind people, was able to build a career where I was the traveling chief of staff for the president of George Washington University. So I led about 60 delegations to over
Oh.
35 countries all around the world. So when you talk about protocol, that's where I became a protocol officer then too. So I just learned so much about different cultures and was able
Yeah.
to did a lot of work in the Middle East and in Asia and in Europe. And so it really opened my eyes to see there's so much going on, and there's so many interesting, beautiful, incredible people out there doing great work. And the more that you travel and the more that you have conversations, you understand our similarities are very great, because I think sometimes the media and different, even in politics, they try to tell us all our differences. But when you're able to sit down and see somebody and have that real conversation,
Yeah.
you say, actually, I have a lot of similarities with this wonderful woman that I'm sitting with in Jordan or in Beijing. So I was really lucky to build a pretty great career in Washington, D.C., which eventually I'm now, like you said, with MIA, Mission Impact
Mhm.
Academy. We are an upskilling platform for non-technical women and non-technical talent. And our goal, I'm so excited, it is to upskill 1 million non-technical women in AI and emerging tech by 2030. And it gets me so excited because I just believe
Yeah.
that right now it's almost an equal playing ground for women
Yeah.
with AI. And I think it's our time to be a part of this AI revolution and not get left behind. So that's kind of where I'm at in my career journey right now.
That's so impressive, what journey you made, and ending up here. I mean, it won't be an end. I'm sure about that, but it's such a great mission you're in, and such an important mission. And I remember years ago where we talked about AA. Nobody had this idea in mind. It was just about, oh, okay, AI is working like this. How comes? And then figuring out that it decides what you take in, what you get out. And that once you have put it in and the machine is running, it's hard to stop it if we are talking about really important softwares, which are then getting feeded, grow, grow, grow. I mean, there won't be then the fact that after 2 years, oh, I see that it looks like that there are two little women, that the information got in the first time is maybe wrong. Let's do it completely again. Nobody would saying that, right? In a world which is, of course, still led by men. And where for people who are owning the power, there is no need to think, oh, okay, I'm not so interested in power, I will give it to women. This is not which is in the heads of the people, right? I mean, we're talking so much about collaboration, but in the end, I think people are not ready for that. What do you think?
I think you're right. I think that we've been lucky. I've been lucky because I've had some wonderful male mentors. The president
Yeah.
that I worked with, he was fantastic. So I do think that men and women, there are some that are open to that, but this whole idea of competition and having to fight and elbow our way to the table and I'm exhausted with it, Annabelle. Seriously, like I'm really exhausted with it. And I think that I only want to surround
Mm.
myself and work with people that want to collaborate and want to bring me to the table. Let me
Yeah.
bring them to the table. I think that the more that voices like yours are heard and amplified, that
Yeah,
when we start hearing those echoes in our heads, the
yeah.
haters and the people that are just so competitive and so don't want to see you win, that gets drowned out. But that's why voices like yours in this show is so important. So yeah,
Thank you.
I see both sides, but the work you're doing is just, it's changing the game for it's this is what's making the change. These conversations and the work like yours.
Thank you so much, Melissa. And I think you're right. I mean, I did so much social work for women, for girls in the past, in Egypt and Africa and France, wherever I was. But I felt in the end that it was just like many jobs. And I feel that it's much more important to take my energy, take my contacts, take everything I have to a higher level of connecting with women, which are likewise, as you, driver, powerful, engaged, positive, supporting each other, because then we can start a firework which will never end, and not by fighting against a man, but surrounding them and saying, hey, you're invited, come with us.
Yes,
It's a work
yes.
which has space for all of us, right?
Yes, you nailed it. You're invited, not to exclude. We are inclusive. Come help us, come be a part of it. I think, gosh, that's such a good point. You know, we are not,
Yeah.
I'm not anti-men. We're not anti, we're like, please come work with us, lock arm in arm. And I think that's the difference. What you just said is we're inclusive. Let's be collaborative together and stop with this siloing and separate and us versus them. And because that's never, we'll never win that way. We will never get ahead that way.
Exactly. And I mean, we talked beforehand about a few traditional tendencies, and I was shocked a few weeks ago where I had a discussion with some parents. It was a parents' meeting at the school, and we were all nice to each other, had small talk, and then we were saying goodbye. And there were a few parents who didn't say goodbye to me. Well, we had a really good conversation before, and I said, "Hey, and can you see me? I would like to say goodbye to you. It was nice talking to you." And then they said, "Oh, but here in this class, your kid is a son, right?" I said, "Yes." Okay, doesn't make me a minor person not to say goodbye, or what is the reason? They said, "Yeah, and we don't want to go stronger or closer to you as your mother of a son. We just want to group with parents of girls." I said,
Oh,
what is the reason for that? They said, yeah, you know, girls need to protect each other, support each other. We don't need the boys. I said, but my son loves to play with girls. So it's forbidden now from your point of view, or what does it mean? And I was really a bit of, okay, I can't believe this. This is super crazy. And then they said, yeah, currently we feel like that when we want to push the boys out, and we just want to group the girls. I said,
oh,
okay, okay.
oh my
This is a
gosh.
shame.
This is 2024 and you're having that conversation.
Yes,
That literally, I have tears in my eyes. That breaks my heart. That breaks my heart for your son and for the future. Because I have a little girl who plays with boys all the time. Like they run, there's different skills that they build from
yeah,
each other. There's a beautiful love. What are you doing when you tell a 5-year-old, no,
yes,
don't play with the boys? Like that is, oh my gosh. Oh, I
yes,
have a fire now. I'm like, that is just the opposite. That just breaks my heart. Oh my goodness. And wow, that is such the wrong, in my opinion, that is such the wrong message. This is
yes,
the now, the 5-year-olds, the 7-year-olds, the 10-year-olds, to get them to be together
exactly,
so that they grow up and they're advocating for each other. And your son's like, I've had best for girls that are my best friends my whole life. Of course, they need to be a lawyer with me, or they need to build this business with me. Like, oh my
exactly.
goodness, what a terrible, terrible
Yes,
perspective in 2024. That just is that really hurts my heart. So that means we've got to speak out louder and even more. Oh my God.
exactly. I was so shocked. I thought first I smiled because I thought it was a joke.
Right.
And yeah,
Oh, oh my goodness. That I can't, that makes me so sad. But that's you're sharing what is still happening in this world with educated people that you would think would know better. That's super disappointing and slightly
exactly.
depressing. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Exactly. I was so shocked about that. It is, yeah, I couldn't imagine that this is nowadays time.
I think that's something that we really have to watch out for. You know, you and I were both, you were speaking about the UN. I was up there for the CSW 68, and that was something that I was happy to see. It was amazing to see all these women come together and just for women's equality and rights and equity. And it was beautiful. But the theme was we have to bring men with us. We are not excluding them. They're with us. We have to have them with us. It's such a powerful point. I think we will fail and we will be so alone if we make it an us versus them type of situation. Then we will never ever get to that equal playing ground if we say no, we're not going to go there with you. And I feel that same way with women. You know, you and I have talked about this.
Yeah.
Women, we are each other's harshest critics, and I'm so tired of that as well. That's why I adore your work and what you do. You bring women to the table, you highlight them, you champion them, and you don't have time for the people that are not going to do the same. Like I really appreciate how you live your life. That's why I connect with you so well. But my goodness, there's still apparently a lot of work to be done if we're having those conversations with 5-year-olds. My gosh. Oh my goodness.
But would you like to tell a bit more about the work you do with your organization? Because I'm really, really looking forward to hear more of that.
Yes. So, you know, at MIA with Mission Impact Academy, we are actually moving to a membership model. Our two founders, they came together and they saw that there was such a huge lack in women equality in the tech movement. And if you think about it, if you go back to, you know, the early 90s and that .com movement, it was all men. If
Yeah,
you go and if you look at Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Snapchat, this is all men that are leading that
that's
they were
right.
the ones that were leading. And right now with AI, I'm not going to say that it's a totally equal playing ground, but it's close to being an equal playing ground. We know that we can get women upskilled so that they will be able to stay relevant and stay in careers as
Yeah,
time goes on. The World Economic Forum predicted that, I think, 85% of the jobs that are going to be created by AI, they're not even in existence yet. And from
wow.
those jobs, 80% are women's jobs. Okay. So think about this. 80% of women's jobs will have an AI element to them. So what
Yeah,
that means is it doesn't mean that women that AI is going to take over the job. It's the
hmm,
people that know the AI that will take over the job. So
yeah,
that's why we want women to understand artificial intelligence and this emerging tech so that they can stay in those jobs, they can upskill, and they can succeed and propel their careers. I look at
hmm,
myself, I'm someone with a communications background. Technology very much
yeah.
scared me. I was not good with math,
Same
not
to
good with
me.
science. Yeah, I'm like, I'll talk all day, but don't make me do anything scientific. So the word like a prompt engineer, anything with the
Yeah,
word engineer, I would run away from a job like that. But what prompt engineering is, it's just basically doing marketing and writing with an AI twist. What we do is we kind of hold out our hands and we say, hi, non-technical women and
yeah,
non-technical men, we want to make this a safe space, safe place for you to learn. There's no question too dumb. There's no question that we think you should know. We want to bring you in to our community because we're a community, and we want you to learn and continue to learn the
yeah.
skills of the future. So I'm excited. This is the first time we're talking about it, but on Monday we are launching a membership program. So it's going to be a
Wow.
12 months basis because, as you know,
Hmm.
technology changes all the time. And so this
Yes.
way, the women can stay plugged in, and what you learned last month might be very different than what you need to learn this
Yeah.
month. And also, what this work does is that it meets you where you're at. So if you don't know what the word meta is, if you don't know what the word prompt means, guess
Hmm.
what? We're going to tell you. We're going to figure it out. And we're in over 65 countries right now, Annabelle. We've
Wow.
got some amazing women that worked with us in Nigeria, these entrepreneurs that won huge contracts because of what they learned with AI. I have a
Right.
dear woman I love. She's a mother of 8 in Los Angeles, California. She got a massive new job because of the work that she did in
Yeah.
working with Mia and knowing and learning AI. So we see the opportunity for women's lives to be changed, to be propelled, for their
Yeah.
careers to grow. We really, really believe in it. So we've got 1,500 women that are learners
Wow.
got 20,000 women community right now. And
Amazing.
we're growing, and we are so ready for others to join us because we don't want anyone left behind. We don't
Yeah,
want anyone to be afraid. And you've probably seen this. There are so many people afraid of artificial
yeah,
intelligence.
absolutely.
It's here. So let's learn it together. We're holding out our hand. So that's the work with Mia that I absolutely I love it because I love seeing women's lives changed.
Wow, thank you so much, Melissa. And I'm very honored that we have you here today in the show. And it's the first time you're really enrolling it. So we have just 1 minute left, unfortunately. And I wish we have even hours more to talk about because it's so fascinating to listen to you, to discuss with you. And I'm so happy that we share so many things. So really looking forward to talking further afterwards with you. But maybe you would like to share just a few hacks. What is your secret to stay so healthy, so engaged every day with the full of things you are managing?
Oh my goodness. So I hate that I'm this person now, but I'm now a morning person. So I get up, I do my meditation, my prayer, my
Right.
journaling, I get grounded, and then I plan my day. I plan out what's happening, what has to take place. I implement some AI tools. I track my time with Toggle. Always I'm on Chat GPT. I use Claude to kind of get my news
Mhm.
all together so I know what's going on and can have intelligent conversations, but really grounding myself in the morning and then doing the dancing and freeing myself to know that anything's possible. So that's kind of how the mornings start, and then the end of my day ends with gratitude because I think there's always something to be grateful for. So that's just a little snippet into my mind. I'm just so thrilled to be a part of this conversation. I can't thank you enough for having me. This has just been such a joy.
Thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you so much for the engaging discussion and for the great insights that define you as an inspiring personality. I'm really looking forward to our ongoing exchange and the impact we will continue to make together the world a better place. Thank you so much.